What's up to all my sphere? Happy Sunday. It is Sunday Family Fun Day, and we are looking at ways to create some family fun on Sunday to chase away those Sunday blues and Sunday scaries. We had a road trip and we went to an away game for one of my kiddos. And what we did was we looked at what are some ways we can have fun in a different area of town. So we looked around and we tried to find, different places and shops and places we could explore. So we went to check out different anime shops around this other area of town. And it was a lot of fun trying to find different places, see if it was what we were looking for, see what we could find. It was sort of an adventure. And I think a lot of times when we try to go find either a specific thing out in the world or try to find the best version of ice cream or hot cocoa or whatever it may be out in the world, we can have a lot of fun exploring new places and trying new things. While we were looking at some of these anime shops, we found some cool games and found a couple new card games and board games we can play as a family as well. So that was our planning for future family fun nights and Sunday fun days coming up. I want you to think about what is something you could try to explore in a different area of your town. Is there something on the other side of town where you don't normally go, where you could check out and find out if there's something you really enjoy doing? You don't need an excuse necessarily to go to the other side of town, but certainly when you have a reason to be in a different area, whether that's on the other side of your town or whether that's, an actual road trip out of town or even out of your state, then take advantage of that and go explore and go see what kind of interesting things you can find and what kind of interesting experiences you can come up with. You may be surprised at how things will come together and you'll create some meaningful memories together as a family. Take a look at your calendar coming up. Do you have a planned trip out of town? Do you have a reason to be on the other side of town? Do you have some time when you could create a trip and make a little day trip somewhere in your area? Take a look at that and see if you can block out some time for a family fun road trip adventure, even if it's not that far away from where you live. Another idea you can do is to think about recreating a family memory. So when my boys were little, they used to go to this ice cream place that made ice cream with liquid nitrogen, and so it created this sort of a fog as they made it. And as little toddlers, they used to dance in the fog, and it was this really fun memory that I have of them just enjoying this, kind of magical, science-y kind of way of having an ice cream experience. And so, the one that we used to go to closed, and what we found was that there are other locations that are still open or other companies that do similar things. So even though it's been many years since we had that experience as toddlers, it's a lot of fun to try to recreate that as they are older. Another fun adventure for any of you Lego heads out there is you can go and try to find these resale type brick shops. So these things are popping up all over the place. They're super fun because you never know what you're going to find. You can find minifigures that are, a variety of different things, and you can buy the figure itself individually. You can buy, open lots of bricks where you just kind of fill up a container of some kind with the bricks that you pick out of a big bin. Or they also have a lot of sets that are either new or have been used before, but have all the pieces or most of the pieces. And then there are also some sets that you can buy that are already assembled. So if there's a set you missed of Lego from years ago, you might be able to find it again at one of these resale shops. And if you're sitting on a large amount of Lego and you're not quite sure what to do with it, Lego, Duplo, any of that, check out one of these shops, because this is another way that you can sell that back to one of these companies and recoup some of that massive investment that we all tend to make in Lego and Duplo when the kids are young. Whenever we go on a road trip, we want to be prepared for anything that might happen. And one of those things, unfortunately, was I have a couple kiddos now with stomach flu. So we use these emesis bags is what they're called, and they're just really easy to stick in the back seat pocket. So you have them available at any point. I would recommend always keeping some of these in your car in general, just in case somebody doesn't feel well. So that kind of popped up out of nowhere during our trip, and I'm really glad we had those on board. Another product that can be useful too is a product called C-bands. This is actually something that I used when I was pregnant and I had a lot of nausea going on. They're just like a little band that wraps around your wrist, and it has a little plastic bubble on it basically that presses on your pressure point on the inside of your wrist. And so they can help prevent nausea or at least knock it down a little bit. So that's another strategy as well if you have any kiddos that need to be traveling, or even if they're just at home and they're just not feeling well. Sometimes that can be something that can really help make sure that they are a little bit more comfortable, or at least it's something you can give. That's a low intervention kind of way to help them. There are also numerous kid themed websites for most major cities and probably a number of towns as well. And those will have a calendar of different events that are coming up and link you to how to find out more about them. So this has been a great source for us in trying to come up with different fun activities to do and kind of cure some of the boredom and go out and have an adventure as a family. Also be on the lookout for any festivals that are anywhere in your area. There's all kinds of different things that are festivals with little street fair things or craft fairs, things like that. Those can be really exciting and fun things to check out. One of the interesting finds we found on our trip was that we discovered this place called the Painted Tree. And it was actually a large shop. There's apparently many of them across the nation. The Painted Tree is like a conglomeration of many small boutique shops. So each little cubby has a different shop. You're able to go through, find the items that you want, and check out all in one place. So it's a really interesting setup, and we had a really good time going through there. Definitely something to check out if you are looking around and trying to find something new to try. It's a great experience, and you might find a couple different little things in different places. So my boys are really into Minecraft, and they found one of the, I don't even know what the thing is called, but the little green dude. And we were like, oh, that's really cute. And that was in one of the little cubby shops. And then we were walking around a little bit later and we found a chicken in a different area. And so these are just little stuffed characters, but I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's a huge thing with the Minecraft movie and Chicken Jockey, which is basically this little green thing riding the back of a chicken in a fight.
Chicken Jockey.
And so that's been a hilarious thing that's been going on. So we had a good time with that. But you just never know what you can find. So think about any themes that are going on in your family, things that you guys are talking about or enjoying right now, and see if you can go out into the world and find a way to either recreate that or find something that symbolizes that. As we were looking for anime stores, we also found a Star Wars themed toy store where the entire store was full of different Star Wars themed items. It was really, really cool. If you're into Star Wars. I'm not particularly into Star Wars, so we didn't spend a lot of time there, neither are my boys, but it was a really cool idea. And I know that there are a lot of people who really love that kind of thing. So it was also interesting since with May the 4th, they had everyone dressed up and, they had costumes and other kind of cosplay kind of things going on inside. It was really kind of cool. So, and then also a lot of times on May the 4th, you'll find discounts on Star Wars things to celebrate Star Wars. So even when we were at the resale brick place, they were letting us know that any of the Star Wars sets were a percentage off on that day. Pretty cool. Anyway, something to think about for next year. Okay, well that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Wishing you all the best. I'm going to go take care of my kiddos. And may the 4th be with you. And remember,
you are so loved.
You are enough.
And you got this.